Hey guys, so I heard some people are dealing with anxiety. I was having some anxiety the other day because I was basically being persecuted at work. And the devil knows one of my weak spots is concerning work and being able to provide myself for myself. I mean, the Father has shown me numerous times that He is my provider and is even the one that provides jobs and that kind of thing. But, the devil's going to come and he's going to try to attack that seed of God that's in you. He's going to try to make you doubt God and distrust God, so then you don't rely on Him for anything. You might start relying on yourself, and bad things can happen when that happens. So I wanted to share a few scriptures. Philippians 3:13, and this is in reference to not looking on the past, because when we look on the past, we can sometimes begin to get anxious concerning things that might have happened back then, and then we will bring those things into our current situation, and we might even bring it into the future situation, and it will end up making us anxious about things that are happening right now or things that are happening in the future. So, Philippians 3:13. Brothers, I do not count myself to have laid hold of it yet, but only this, forgetting what is behind and reaching out for what lies ahead. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of taken back to the part in the Bible where Lot's wife looked back on Sodom and Gomorrah after it was being burned, and she turned into a pillar of salt. And so that's the case that can happen with us if we start looking on the past. God is already getting rid of those things, and He is trying to make all things new. And so, we are kind of denying that fact when we continually look on something that has happened. It's time to let go of that thing because it's done. It already happened. So the next verses that I'm going to read is Isaiah 43:18 through 19. Do not remember the former events, nor consider the events of old. See, I am doing what's new. Let it now spring forth. Do you not know it? I am even making a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert. So God always goes before us. Like, we might have did this, we might have did that, that person might have did this to us, that situation might have happened. But He's always making things new. He's moving those things out of our way so that we can continue to walk. And so some scriptures concerning not looking on the future, because, this world, it always wants us to plan our future. First off, we don't even know what's going to happen in the future. God willing, this happens, but at the end of the day, I've got 36 years of life, and literally I can confidently say most of the things that I had planned for my future did not come into fruition, and I'm okay with it because that wasn't God's plan for my life. And if I would have went in that direction, then I would have missed God, in my opinion. God never really misses us, so who knows? But, I think we have to stay true to the fact that we're here right now. We're not in the future. We can make steps towards the future, but at the end of the day, we still don't know what's going to happen. So there's no need to really worry about what's going to happen. So Matthew 6:25 through 34 says, because of this I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, what you will drink, or about your body, what you should put on. Is life not more than the food, and the body not more than clothing? Look at the birds of the heaven, for they neither sow nor reap nor gather into storehouses, yet your heavenly Father does feed them. Are you not worth more than they? And so this was something cool that the Father always had to remind me of, because He's feeding the birds. Go ahead and watch National Geographic, okay? God gets those animals fed. He gets them sunlight. He gives them water if they need water. He is providing a way for even the animals. And how much more are you worth being His creation, being made in His image, than the animals? So, if you are worried about something, some kind of provision, don't worry about it, because all you have to do is ask and He will provide. So, continuing. And which of you by worrying is able to add 1 cubit to his lifespan? So why do you worry about clothing? Note well the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And I say to you that even Solomon, in all his esteem, was not dressed like one of these. But if Elohim so clothes the grass of the field, which exists today and tomorrow, and is thrown in the furnace, how much more you of little belief? So He's saying here, don't worry about your food, don't worry about your clothing. He will provide all that. I know sometimes, especially women, can get kind of hung up on clothing, and they can start to worry a lot about what they look like. They end up falling into vanity and comparing themselves to each other, and then everything just crumbles because it's built on sand. And he also told us not to worry about food. You know, in today's age, people are what you call foodies and that kind of thing. And you know, they compare food. They're trying to get their fulfillment and their joy out of food. But the thing is, food is always coming. It's always going. It's fleeting, and so you're never really going to find complete joy in it. And then also, you know, if you don't have food, you can always ask God for food. I mean, there's specific things that I have bought in which there was maybe a homeless person on the street and they're like, oh, I really wanted this. And you know why? God had me buy that thing so I could provide that thing for that homeless person, because he is constantly thinking about everyone and he is constantly wanting to do those things for people. So if you just ask, you will receive. So let's see. So it says, for all the nations they seek for these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need all these. But seek first the reign of Elohim and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Do not then worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow shall have its own worries. Each day has enough evil of itself. So yeah, don't worry about tomorrow. I mean, we got a lot going on even today. And just remember, God will take care of it, whatever's going to happen. Be blessed, guys. Bye.